What is up, guys, and welcome to this episode of the Positionless Pod. I am your host, Kai Gamage, and as per usual, I am joined by the most wonderful, talented, versatile, positionless minds in the basketball media landscape today. With me, I've got Aaron Matthew, Diego San Agustin, and Michael Anthony Cruz. Boys, what a day. How's it going?
What a day, huh?
What a day. What a day. Happy New Year almost. My goodness. I know how I'm feeling. I'm sure we'll get into that in a bit, but I want to touch base with you guys. It's been a while since we recorded a podcast. This is a little bit of an emergency pod. Obviously a big massive day in Toronto basketball. But I just want to touch
New
base
York
with
basketball?
you guys. Oh yeah, and New York, of course. My Knicks. Let's go. My Pistons as well.
Yeah.
Oh my
Stop.
god.
Still better than the Bulls. But yeah, so I just wanted to check in. How's everyone doing? How's life? How's Christmas? Merry Christmas, guys.
Good.
All right, good stuff. No time for pleasantries tonight, eh?
Great.
No,
No
just
sense.
go straight
All right.
into.
That's fine by me, man. I am tired. I'm a tired Raptors fan. I am demoralized. I am every emotion under the sun. I was happy for like a little bit. The news broke that I guess we should talk about what the news is real quick. Not that anyone doesn't know, but woo, what a trade. This came out of nowhere. You normally never see trades late December, over a month away from the trade deadline, especially not ones of this magnitude. But the Toronto Raptors have traded OG Anunoby, Precious Achiuwa, and Malachi Flynn to the New York Knicks, to mine and Mike's New York Knicks, for Immanuel Quickley and RJ Barrett. Saga City, stand up. Oh, also a second round pick from Detroit. So that'll be like a high second rounder. So it's basically a late first rounder if you want to cope about it a little bit. But yeah, I mean, I've got a lot of emotions. I don't want to steal the spotlight here, so I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts, instant impressions. Like how did you guys react when like you first saw the Woj notification show up on your phone?
I was lost for words, man. I was perplexed. I was perplexed that Toronto was involved in a trade today. And also that Masai was finally willing to trade OG after so long. So after so many rumors. At this point, like I wasn't expecting an OG trade anytime soon because I thought Masai would just value him just so highly that it's not happening. Like we got the rumors last season of I forgot which teams it was, but there were two teams that offered was it 3 first rounders?
Something
3
like
first
that. I
rounders
think
for OG.
the New York Knicks offered 3 firsts and
Yeah.
Evan Fournier for OG.
But low key, I don't know. This might be better because at least you're guaranteed Immanuel Quickley. Because I really like Immanuel Quickley. RJ Barrett's all right.
Hometown hero, man.
Good
He's
stuff.
Saga
alright.
City, Saga City, baby.
Look, I don't feel strongly about RJ Barrett developing into like a high quality NBA player, but yeah, you're right. He's shown flashes.
He's
But
younger than Quickley.
yeah, he's not as good, and I'm gonna easily say that he's not even close to as good either.
Come on,
But
man.
RJ Barrett is not a good has thus far has not been a good NBA player. Like I'm just gonna flat out say it. He's not a good NBA player.
Okay. All right. I think you're pushing it a little bit much. I mean, he's
average.
He's a close to 20 point a game scorer for like
He's just so
most of his
inefficient.
career.
He's just so inefficient.
No, like the thing with RJ is that
He makes so many mistakes. Like
he does. No, he does everything. He just doesn't do anything well.
Yeah.
Like he's not like great at anything. Like
No,
there's
that's
no
why I'm saying he's not a good NBA player. He's just very middle of the line. Like he's He's
But
so mid. Basically, not
My
not not
goodness,
not meaning
man.
he can't be good
So
because
Why?
pessimistic.
he's
What?
only 23.
Why is this
But
turning
like
into like?
the shining piece here is Immanuel Quickley, and I'm so glad the Raptors got Immanuel.
Why did this suddenly
God.
turn into like a trash talk of RJ Barrett?
I'm not How is this trash talk? This is just
How is this not
brutally honest.
trash talk, man?
This is just me being brutally honest about how RJ's career has looked so far.
My
I
goodness,
You
dude.
gotta be excited for your Saga
But
man
I'm
becoming a
absolutely
Toronto
rooting.
fan.
I'm rooting for his success. He's a Saga man, so of
My
course.
ass, you're rooting for his success. This is gross.
I'm taking my homer goggles off, and I'm just saying that this RJ Barrett move, like, it isn't the greatest thing to ever happen to Toronto. Like, I'm not keeping my hopes up for RJ Barrett's potentially being such a great valuable asset to Toronto.
Okay, look. Let's talk critically about RJ. Let's think about RJ Barrett for a second.
Yeah.
He's on a good deal. Like, I think that people aren't really taking that in. Like, this is 4 years for 107. That is an extremely manageable contract for a guy that's going to get you 20 points a game on not great, but not awful efficiency. Like, I'll take it. He'll get you defensive stops, and 1 out of every 3 games, he'll turn it up. Like, you can't tell me that this isn't a guy that you have seen flashes from, right? Like, he hasn't been able to put it all together, right? He hasn't been able to like create a consistently good like play in the NBA. Like, that's just not what he's been able to do up to this point. But it's clear, like, the talent is obvious. We've seen it so many times. It's just about him doing it on a night to night basis. Maybe New York just wasn't the right place for him, right? Like, it's probably, other than LA, the hardest market to play in for basketball, right? Like, New York Knicks fans are absolute psychopaths. I think playing alongside Julius Randle, who takes a lot of the same kind of like, who makes RJ not obsolete but redundant. I think that that's not great for like someone like like, it's not great for his development. We've seen RJ show out in playoff games. Like, he's had great performances. We've seen the things that we've always hoped that he could be. It's just that he hasn't been able to string it together consistently. And maybe he's the type of guy that front offices look at. Front offices like Toronto, where he can play in his hometown, where he can find a degree of comfort in a basketball market that already knows him, that's comfortable with him, that won't like kill the dude. Like, he's one of us. Like, maybe you look at a guy, if you're a team like the Raptors, especially, and you see someone that just needs a change of scenery, that just needs a better environment, one that's like more willing to let him grow, because this isn't a team that's going to win now. This is a team that has like, that can give RJ Barrett a runway, that can give him like the chance to actually succeed. Like, I love that they got RJ in this trade. Like, that's totally okay with me. I think that his upside is still absolutely there, but you're right. I do think that Quickly is the crowning jewel of this deal. But again, I'll let Aaron and Mike I'll let Aaron and Mike cook off this a little bit here. What are your guys' impressions off of after this deal?
You go first, man.
Oh, like okay, Diego said so much. I was also going to downplay RJ a bit, but after all that he said, like I feel like I should just hold off. That guy was, for all the averageness he's shown, he was also the next second best player in the postseason a lot just last year. So I yes, he's going to be a hometown hero for the Raptors 905 who play in Mississauga. I'm
Hey,
joking. No, I think
watch yourself.
Come on, man. What?
That's crazy.
What is
That's
going on?
crazy.
no, I'm joking. I'm joking. I
Aaron
think
cooking more than me, bro.
I think him not playing up to expectations so far is probably the best for the Raptors when you look at the contract, like you said, Kai. The team friendly contract I think is great. He's only making 23 million this year, around 27 next year. And so there's not that much expectations. This is not a guy who's on a max contract. OG would be getting paid around 40 million next year. RJ is going to get like around half of that. So he's got lesser expectations. He's playing in front of fans who wanted to see him in a Raptors jersey, and I think that's going to definitely help him. I hope, this is me hoping, that he takes the next step. And I know, Kai, you said this is not a win now situation for him, and I don't know. I think Masai might think otherwise, because they would. I feel if they didn't want to win now, they would not have gone for Quickly as well. I think they would have settled for a pick friendly deal. I feel like going for a deal where they get players who are ready to contribute off the bat, not to a contending team obviously, but like a play-in team, which is what they've been. I think that's what it looks like to me as of now, unless there's like a Siakam trade as well that comes up.
Yeah, so my take with that is that like this team hasn't done well drafting, right? Like the Raptors have not been a good draft team as of late. Like the Scotty Barnes pick is really the only hit in the last 5 years, right? I mean, they haven't had a lot of first rounders. Like it's just hasn't been a good track record. I think that getting a player like Quickly, who's young and established and hasn't actually had a chance to show what he can be, is always going to be more valuable than a mystery box, right? Like if you're getting a known quantity that's young and that you can have as a restricted free agent and that still fits your timeline because you're building around Scotty Barnes, I think that that's a lot more valuable than getting an unknown quantity, right? Like what if you what if you get another pick and it lands like, I mean it'll probably be from the Knicks, which means that it's going to be in like the 20s, right? Like you can get like 3 first round picks from this team, but they're going to be good for a while. They've got Brunson. They're likely going to be re-signing OG. I think that that's a team we absolutely should be looking out for to contend. And I mean, like they're going to make like the second round of the playoffs. You're not going to get a good pick out of that. And if you're going to go grab like another Grady Dick, I'm sorry, I'd rather have like Immanuel Quickley than 3 Grady Dicks, right? Like the fact that he's an RFA is like huge for me, right? Because you get to see what he is this year. Depending on how he plays, you offer him what he's worth, and if a team wants to, give him a lesser deal, you can just match it. Like it's a lot of team control for a guy that you probably see as having a lot of potential that hasn't been given the role that he's maybe looking for or that he can play to. Like in the games without Brunson, like Quickly's incredible. There was that double overtime game against the Celtics last year where he dropped like 50 points. Like he can be that guy, and I'm really excited to see. Like, and also like this is exactly what the Raptors needed, right? Like it's huge for them to be able to get like
Like they just
legitimate guard play.
needed great guard play. Like this is exactly what they're getting with Immanuel Quickley. And like Quickly being so good, like when the Knicks are shorthanded, when the Knicks are dealing with injuries, we've seen Quickly go off. We've seen him go crazy. And I just wanted to add that with Aaron's point about RJ Barrett and the playoffs and him arguably being the second best player, RJ Barrett even in the playoffs has been good.
This guy, eh?
He just hasn't been good, man. I'm looking at the numbers right now. Sure, he got his 19 points per game in the playoffs last season, but he shot 43%. And
What
he's not a good 3-point shooter either. He shot 32%. And from the two playoff runs he's had, it's 31%.
Look at the Miami series, man. 38%. Like that's what I care about. I don't care about some Cleveland series. That shit was a wash.
Yeah, see, yeah, this guy just doesn't care about the series. Come on, you can't
Yeah,
not
I'm
just
sorry,
give
but
him
like
the series.
I'll look at the bigger games where he had harder defenders on him. Where
It
he
still
was where he
counts.
was the one
He's
like
not consistently a good, efficient player.
I'll take 38% from 3 against the Miami Heat, the team that eventually went to the NBA finals. I'm good with that. That's fine.
I mean, yeah,
And
I
that's
hope he
also
gets 3-point shooting, but he's he just overall has not been a great 3-point shooter.
No, he hasn't. I agree with you, right?
Yeah.
But like again, there's flashes. There are flashes with this guy. Like there are times that you actually see him all put it together and it makes sense and he's good.
Yeah, that's
And
why.
like
No, that's why I like this
he
trade.
actually plays
Like
up to his third overall pick.
the extra motivation he gets from being here back at home, playing for the team that he's rooted for as a kid, and finally getting a change of scenery that maybe he's needed all this time to actually thrive. Like that's what we're hoping for.
Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for. I don't know if you're hoping for it.
Yeah, that
I am hoping
doesn't
for it.
sound
I'm
like
giving it to I'm giving it to how he has been so far in his career, and he has not been good.
He's been fine.
he's
He's been
fine,
playing
man.
well.
What do you not good?
Fine is not good. There's a line. There's fine, there's okay, and there's good.
A bad player doesn't get 4 years for 107.
I didn't say he
I'm
was bad.
sorry, dude.
I didn't say he was bad. First and foremost.
My God.
Man, I
I
can't
said
believe what
he
I'm
was
hearing. I can't believe what I'm hearing. This is
This is crazy,
Now
man.
you're
Like
banned from square one, dog.
this is crazy, bro.
Oh, they're locking the door to you. You know that one
This is
video of like
crazy.
the New York Jets player trying to like get into the building? That's gonna be you when you go to guest next, bro. Watch yourself.
Oh
Watch
my
yourself,
gosh,
eh?
bro.
Watch yourself.
All because I'm being reasonable about Rowan Barrett.
No, you don't do that about Saga's finest, okay?
Yeah.
How
Sorry,
dare you? How dare
let me
you?
put my homer goggles back on.
How could you? This guy doesn't know what Saga feels like in the nighttime, clearly.
I can show you right now.
Unbelievable, man.
I can show you what it feels like right now. I can open the curtains. You'll see what it's like.
All right. Well, yeah, I don't know. I like the deal for the Raptors. I think it fits their timeline well, but we haven't touched on the Knicks. Mike, what do you think about the Knicks? How do you feel about them acquiring OG? And like, what do you think about this cost for them? Like, it seems like a lot to get OG Anunoby for half a season, no?
I mean, they're obviously going to resign him, but what's the number? It's going to be 40 million per year.
Yeah, I'd say so. I think it hits like 5 for 200.
Jeez, that's kind of a lot for OG. Like 3-and-D guy, most like at most he's going to be like your number 3 option, or potentially going to be the number 4 in case the Knicks make another trade, which they most likely will. But for the Knicks, this is going to like establish the foundation for like whatever they're building, right? So I don't know if it's going to be Donovan Mitchell who they're going to go after next, or maybe there's a DeJounte Murray trade that's going to happen as well. But yeah, I mean they got the most, like the most plug and play guy in the league. Like you can just put him in any system, he's going to thrive, and he's obviously going to help their defense. The Knicks haven't been that good defensively this season. I think they're like middle of the pack, 15th in defensive rating. And obviously the Mitchell Robinson injury hurt them. But yeah, at least the Knicks now have that guy who they can, get after Jason Tatum, get after Giannis. Who else is in the East?
Jimmy Butler, Joel, dude, like he guards all 5.
Yeah, I mean, they got pretty much like one of their defensive anchors already, OG. And obviously, he's an upgrade over RJ Barrett. He's everything the Knicks wanted from RJ Barrett as a 3-and-D guy, and yeah, at least he gives them that one.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Say what you
Thank
want to
you.
say, man. You've been smiling this whole time.
Yeah, what? Yeah.
You've been smiling
No,
this
no,
whole
let me
time, dog. Say what you want to
let's have a conversation about OG though.
say. We're trying. We're trying, man.
No. Let's not talk about RJ Barrett much more. Come on. Let's talk about OG Anunoby.
Okay, go off.
Cook.
Look, I like the Raptors side more than the Knicks side here. But what I do like about the Knicks is that they got the best player in the trade. But that best player isn't exactly gonna move the needle for them. What's her name? Sorry, give me 1 second. Yeah, Becky Hammond is right.
I knew it. I knew you were gonna say Becky Hammond, dude. I knew it.
Becky Hammond is
What
right.
are we doing? Yeah, man. Come on. Of course.
She's not wrong about Jalen Brunson being your best player for a championship team. Like historically speaking, like undersized guards are not exactly gonna work. And with the Knicks, I feel like we have to evaluate this trade in the future. Like if they add another piece alongside OG Anunoby, because if you look at this roster right now, like what's this core gonna do really? What's this core gonna do much better than what they did with IQ and RJ Barrett?
Yeah, like they're a second round exit.
Yeah, it's not moving a needle at all. So I overall, like if I had to grade this trade, I think for now I'd give it maybe a C plus for the Knicks. Like it's okay. Like yeah, you're getting a great plug and play guy. You're getting a great defender in OG. But also OG offensively, he's not exactly the 3-point shooter that you want him to be.
Whoa.
What?
What are we talking
What?
about here, man? He's 44% from the corner. He's the best
Yeah.
corner 3-point shooter in the league.
What?
He could still be better.
Whoa.
He
What
could
are we
still be
doing?
better as a
What more
3
do
and
you
D
want?
He's the best corner 3-point shooter in the league, man.
There's still much to be asked for with OG and Anunoby offensively.
He's
That's
good
all I'm
off
saying.
like he's been a lot better off the dribble as of late. Like he's so much better at dribble drives. Like he's as good a cutter as RJ. I think RJ's a better cutter than OG, but like it'll still work. He's still a great
Also,
cutter. And
OG is one of the worst isolation scorers in
They
the
don't
league.
need that from him though.
yeah,
They,
what do
Yeah,
you
I know.
need OG to
I know.
isolate for?
I'm just saying.
Why are
they
you
don't
saying
need that
that?
from him.
I'm just saying that there is much to be asked for with OG, like offensively.
No, he's gonna
Bogdan
bring whatever the
defensively,
Knicks need from him.
Yeah.
yeah.
3-point shooting in defense.
This is
That's
still
all they
this is
need.
still better. Having OG is still better than what they had before.
I would agree. I think that there's a chance that Quickly becomes the best player in this deal.
Yeah, I was gonna say
100%.
that. He has the
100%.
highest upside in this trade.
I think so too.
Yeah.
But what OG brings to you now is a more stable floor and a higher ceiling.
Yeah, and that's
for
why I
this
think
season- for
the Knicks
this
are gonna have the Knicks are definitely trying to get a bigger piece
Mhm.
in the future. But the only available piece right now is OG Anunoby, and they went for it, and I'm glad they went for it. That's why it's still a decent trade for me for the Knicks. Like I understand why they did it.
Aaron, what do you think?
Even if the Knicks seem like a second round exit this season, I think next season is where they're going to be at their best, provided everyone's healthy. They already have their core locked in. The surrounding pieces like Josh Hart and Dante DiVincenzo, Isaiah Hartenstein also look solid. I think they have like they have good role players as well. And if they're able to get in a couple more next season, get some team chemistry by the next playoffs, I think this is a team that could potentially go all the way with their defense. There was a team led by defense, led by a 6'1" guard that went all the way. That was the Detroit Pistons with Isaiah Thomas. I know Jalen Brunson's no Isaiah Thomas. He's no Hall of Famer yet, but I think he's a far better scorer than Isaiah Thomas was, even if he lacks the playmaking and defense. I think this season itself, he's shown that he can take over games. He's already improved as a player, and we thought last year was him hitting his ceiling after the move uh, from the Mavs to the Knicks, and he's still growing. So there's no telling how much better Brunson can be next year. Uh, who knows? Randall might have a good season again. I don't know. that guy is super unpredictable. But I wouldn't like, even if it seems like they gave up a lot right now, I think this could be the move that leads them all the way.
I think that, like, yeah, like you're right. They did give up a lot, and like it's a big cost to get OG, but you didn't give up any of your firsts, which means that there's still a ton of draft capital that they can use to go get another star. And more than that, I think that they got rid of players that were just redundant on the team anyways, right? Like these were the two guys that have been floated in deals for almost every single player that they've been rumored to want to acquire, right? Like IQ was out the door no matter what. I'm almost certain of it, right? And whatever deal that the Knicks were going to make, Quickley was going to be the player that's going back to whatever team it was, whether that be Donovan Mitchell, DeJounte Murray, you name it, Damian Lillard, right? Like that was the player that was going to go the other way in whatever deal that they wanted to get. So the Raptors end up with him, and that's great. I'm happy about it. But yeah, Brunson, again, like, yeah, he's an undersized guard, but what he has brought to this Knicks team cannot just be like swept under the rug. This team is so much more stable than they were before Brunson, right? Like this is a team whose floor has been absolutely raised, who should be contending for a playoff spot every single year. And I think that he's been exactly what the Knicks have needed as an organization, right? Like this is an organization that from year to year, you never know what they're going to be. They are always in disarray, completely unpredictable. But Brunson has made them a predictable team, a solid team, a stable team. What they're getting in a guy like OG is more of the same of that, right? When the Kings took their leap last year, the reason I thought that it would happen is because they had a bunch of players, they traded for players, and they drafted a player that I thought all of them just raised their floor, right? They weren't necessarily like the biggest ceiling lifter type guys, but they were floor raisers. They turned them into a stable organization when they drafted a guy like Keegan Murray and acquired a guy like Domantas Sabonis. That's exactly what the Knicks are doing right now. Right? When you get a guy like Jalen Brunson, they're getting that stability. When you get a guy like OG Anunoby, you're getting that stability. You know what you're getting from OG every single night. You know what type of role he's going to play. He's the type of piece that they needed at this given time. He's the best complementary player, I think, in the league. He's a perfect plug and play guy. I've called him the Ty Dolla Sign of the NBA because you put him on any beat, on any track. Two of you guys aren't gonna get. I know Diego liked that one. He's the Ty Dolla Sign of the NBA, man. You get him on any beat, any track. He'll give you a verse. He'll give you some bars. He'll fit on it. He'll flow on it. No problem at all. And that's exactly what he's gonna do for them. If you need him to cut, he'll cut. If you need him to be a spot up shooter, hit his shots from the corner, you know damn well he's going to do that. If you need him to defend 1 through 5, there's no better player in the league at that. None. And that is exactly what the Knicks got. Yeah, they paid a premium for it, but it's how the team has been building for a while. Get rid of the inconsistency and get guys like OG Anunoby and Jalen Brunson to give them a stable floor, to make them an appealing destination for these free agents that for so many years have just eluded them, have blown them off, have written them off, despite being rumored to them all the time. This makes them a legitimate team that players could want to go to because there is a track record there. There is an order to be followed in New York. And it was the absolute right move for them. But yeah. Sick.
Cookout.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a wild one. You never see trades like this in December. Like this wasn't supposed to happen today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, it shouldn't have happened today.
Makes sense. Makes sense for both teams.
Yeah. It didn't make sense for the Raptors today, but
Okay, maybe they should have waited. Like
should have waited till
maybe
tomorrow.
waited till tomorrow.
Should have waited till tomorrow.
But who knows? Maybe they still would have lost.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying, right?
It was destiny, man.
Yeah.
They were never winning that game.
You've been saying for a week now that they were gonna break the streak against Toronto.
I had it circled, man. I knew it. I knew
had
it.
it circled on the
We
calendar.
all knew. All right. Before we move on to talking about the Pistons finally breaking their streak, do we have anything else that we want to touch on with this Raptors-Knicks deal?
I think we're good.
Think
Not
we're
really.
good?
I mean, I guess I was harsh on RJ, but you know, it's valid. It's understandable.
Apologize.
I think it's
True
understandable
story, man.
based on like how night and day RJ Barrett can be on any given night, and I mean night and day,
Yeah.
like night and day.
Okay, we get it.
Sometimes,
You don't need
sometimes he
to
looks like
emphasize this.
like genuinely. There are times when he looks like the worst basketball player in the world.
Okay.
Well, it's not
At least they got Quickley too.
Yeah, no, I'm glad they did.
Okay.
Yo, can I just
It's a
say?
good trade.
Can I just say?
Okay, I'm giving the Raptors a B plus, and the Knicks a C plus.
Thank you. I
There you go.
appreciate it. It's a
Those are my
passing grade. D's get degrees, baby. All right, Mike, what you got?
Yo, can I just say? Like, I kind of see like Tyrese Maxey potential in Immanuel Quickley.
I was actually gonna say Brunson type player, like where it's just like, oh, he's got a free role now. Let's see him take off. But yeah, no, go ahead. Say what you want to
Like
say.
I feel like he's good. He's good on DHOs as well, right? Then he's gonna thrive on that one with Scotty Barnes. And he's also turned into like an efficient 3-point shooter, and he just has length. So he's the prototypical Raptors guy you have at the point guard. So I mean, he's 1 year older than Maxi, but they're both shifty. They're both quickly.
Stop, bro.
Nah.
So I mean,
They were
Surprised Aaron
I can
didn't
see
put
it,
on.
man. I can see it.
Aaron. They were on the same
Yeah.
Kentucky team, right?
RJ and yeah, I
No.
think so.
No, Maxi and Quickley.
Oh yeah, that's who I admit. I'm gonna quickly check that.
I'm pretty certain they were.
He said he's gonna quickly check that. There it is. There it is.
That's the Aaron I know and love.
Waiting.
Yes, they were.
Yeah. So I mean, hey,
Yeah.
can't go wrong with a Kentucky guard in this day and age in the NBA. Yeah.
I swear.
But yeah, no, I mean, look, 6'8" wingspan, 6'3" guard. He's not like the greatest at intercepting passing lanes, but I hope that, you know, like he's been a good defender. It's taken a little bit of a step back this year, but his raw talent is obviously there on that end. It's just about trying. And yeah, no, like Mike, you're right. I love him on DHOs. I think that his 2-man game with Scotty Barnes is going to be great. Like they'll work in the pick and roll really well together. And I think that he's the exact piece that this Raptors team wanted to build and to grow with Scotty. Right? And like that's all that matters for this organization right now. That's it. Speaking of this organization, they lost to the Detroit Pistons today. I knew it, man. I knew it. It only became more clear once they made this deal. I think everybody kind of figured out, like, oh, tonight's the night. The Pistons are going to snap their streak. So this hurts me in two different ways. Okay. So obviously, me as a Raptors fan, this is not a good look. I don't think anybody was really cheering for the Raptors in this game. Everybody's cheering for the Pistons. Everyone's like, yeah, let's break the streak. Like it's all like we want it to end. Like we feel bad for them.
I wanted the streak to reach 30, man. Not to sound like a hater, but I really just wanted to see it reach 30.
Brother.
I wanted to see NBA history.
Been
I know.
sounding like a hater the whole.
That's all. Like
No, like trust me. Like I was about to say, like obviously I'm sad that for one the Raptors lost. The second reason why is because I wanted history, man.
yeah, like I just wanted to witness history. Like, oh my god, this is the worst NBA team I've witnessed in my lifetime.
It still
Like,
is. It still is.
Okay, yeah, but like it'd just be so much easier to see it.
There's still a way.
You might not be wrong.
They still am. But no, like I don't know. If you're gonna be bad, might as well be historically bad.
Yeah, nah, shout out.
Be the
Shout out.
worst of all time. You know, stand alone. Be yourself. But yeah, it's over. The Raptors got. It was a bad game by the Raptors. Scotty Barnes. You might look at the stat. Like if you didn't end up watching the game, you might look at the stat line and be like, Scotty Barnes played well. He didn't. It was a really rough
Oh,
game
even
for him
the
up
stat
until the
line.
fourth
The
quarter.
stat line was kind of mid.
It was fine.
Did you see his field goal?
Yeah, I know. I know.
Awful. Yeah.
I know.
Oh, there's a
Um,
Knicks signing.
right now?
Miles McBride has agreed on a 3-year, $13 million contract extension.
Oh, good for him.
Yeah, happy for him.
The pieces are coming together.
I mean, Miles McBride has gotten like no minutes at all this year. He's pretty pretty down low on their rotation of like wings and guards. But I guess now his spot is freed up. I mean, he's going to be fighting with Malachi Flynn for that spot. But
Oh my God, we actually brought it up, Malachi Flynn.
yeah, you want to talk about Achiuwa too?
No, both
Oh
are.
my god.
I don't think Malachi or Precious have to be talked about.
Yeah, I'm good. I mean, they did need
When I'm
another
talking about
center.
Dookie, yeah, they're not good.
They
They're
needed
not
they,
good.
they needed another center really bad. Like Jericho Sims is out for like actually I think he's coming he's back today, ain't he? But yeah, I thought he had like an injury, a pretty bad one, like a 2 to 4 week one. But yeah, I mean Mitchell Robinson's out for the year.
Yeah,
I
no,
don't want to talk about Precious Achua, man. Don't make me
yeah,
do this.
Precious is.
Because I'll tell you what, that guy was
Yeah.
not going to help us win tonight. Not going to help the Raptors win tonight.
Malachi definitely wasn't.
Malachi Flynn was not going to help the
No,
Raptors win
sir.
tonight. Yeah.
That guy, Malachi, not good at all whatsoever.
No, he's not great. Well, yeah, they got kind of cooked in the first half, especially. You could kind of tell that this more so than like the Celtics game on Thursday. This really felt like the one that the Pistons were actually going to pull it off. Like you can always kind of trust the Celtics, despite them being shorthanded. You can always kind of trust them to be good enough. Not that Joe Mazzulla is that great a coach, but like Derek White.
Derek White is just
Yeah.
has been phenomenal this year. So
Yeah. And like the Raptors, this team doesn't know how to win. That's the big difference between the Celtics and the Raptors right there, among other things, is that they don't know how to win. So I kind of just expected it to happen tonight. We got a Kevin Knox masterclass.
that's what I was looking. That was the biggest takeaway for me.
We got a good Wiseman game too.
You let Kevin Knox do that.
You see Wiseman's line 8-4, but 3 blocks.
And you let
4-4 from
Really?
the field.
Kevin Knox and James Wiseman do that to you
Yeah, it's
Man,
not
on the
ideal.
same night.
You deserve an L for that one.
No, trust
Yeah,
me, bro. The Raptors absolutely deserve the L. Oh, no question. There's
I
no
almost
doubt
thought
in my
they were.
mind.
I thought the Warriors were gonna lose against the Pistons because they have a game coming up.
I mean, they're gonna lose, dude. So,
Yeah.
2 straight.
We'll lose anyways, but it won't be as notable.
Yeah. So you think the Warriors are gonna lose, Mike?
Of course they are. They're already getting
Yes.
whooped by the Mavs today.
Yeah.
Well, Mike was begging Luka wasn't gonna play tonight.
What?
Tough. But yeah, so Raptors takeaways. It was a bad one. This team, you know what, like transition and full court play has always been the calling card or has been the calling card for the Raptors in the past couple of years. This might have been the worst transition defense I have ever seen from this team. They lost the game. Like you could tell the game was over on, I think it was a made free throw. On a make, they somehow let Bojan Bogdanovic get like all the way past half court on a stupid little leak. On a make, bro. Not on like a rebound, not on a turnover, on a make. You let Bojan Bogdanovic, bro. How old is this guy? You're letting some out of shape old European dude beat you on a leak out. And as soon as that happened, I was like, yeah, this game's over, man. This is done. You know, I don't want to see it anymore. This is like deep in the fourth quarter. It was just ugly stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know. You could tell like the team didn't come out firing. Pascal and Scotty both just looked tired. after the second leg of a back-to-back against Boston. Um, I don't know. This team just doesn't have it in them. There's no win in this team. You know, there's no care. There's no pride. It was demoralizing. Like, what are you showing at Immanuel Quickley, huh? What are you showing him? You're lucky he's an RFA, bro.
He's gonna bring that
What are we
energy.
doing, man?
He's gonna bring that energy.
He better. He will. I'm excited for it. I don't know. I went into this game and like after this trade, I was really excited to watch Raptors basketball. You know, like genuinely. I don't know. Like after this trade, like it feels like a new page, like a new chapter. Like it's finally happening that the Raptors are making moves and moving on from the past. Like it's good, you know. Like as someone who is trying to get over his ex too, and move on with life. Like it's good. It's good that the Raptors are trying to do that. It's good that the Raptors are finding new things.
But you gotta wait and when they make their debut though.
I'm already there, man. I'm happy. But no, like tonight just looked like good old Raptors basketball. It was horrendous. It was bad.
It was the last page of this chapter.
Good. Let's burn the book. I'm tired of it. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else to say about that game, right? I mean, congrats to the Pistons. I'm happy for them.
Yo, I saw this tweet from Hater Central.
Oh no.
So the Detroit Pistons tonight. So they ended their 28 game losing winning streak, ruined their chance at history, lost all relevancy, and made Wingstop employees do overtime. But it's true, man. They
Really?
lost all relevancy after winning today.
Yeah,
No one's
they-
tuning into a
nobody wants to
Pistons
tune
game
into
for the rest of
Pistons
the
game.
year.
they won, but they lost.
Yeah, nobody's gonna want to tune into their games anymore.
Yeah, they're the real losers of tonight.
Yeah.
Shout out Raptors, man. The
don't
Raptors
know.
actually won today.
I don't know. I saw someone say that the Pistons won the Anunoby trade. And I was like, that's kind of facts.
No, that you know who lost the trade. So you know who lost tonight? It's the Wingstop employees, because in the entire city of Detroit, there are 2 Wingstop locations. Bro, they are not going home tonight. The it closes midnight. And they are absolutely not going home tonight.
No, they're
No,
fighting for their
hopefully-
lives, bro.
Whole city is up, man. Whole city is up.
Throw a parade, man. No, they are fighting for their lives tonight. I can't even imagine what that's like. Having worked retail, bro, no, I'm good.
No,
That's
it's,
awful. Awful what they're doing to these people. I hope they get paid OT or like paid OT. They deserve something like a Christmas bonus, a New Year's bonus, something like that.
Hey, they got their bonus, which was the Detroit win.
Yeah, that's enough.
No, I think if it gets Troy Weaver fired, I think that's what they need at least.
Yeah. Here's the hoping. So I was reading Michael Grange's column today after the Pistons loss. So Michael Grange from Sportsnet, and I think he kind of hinted at like Jaden Ivey being in the Raptors' sights right now. Can I read you the line?
Okay.
So they had a pretty good prototype in Fred VanVleet before losing him in free agency last summer, but in Ivy, they believe they might have an even better fit alongside Barnes, and given that Quickley is 24, an even better long-term fit alongside the 22-year-old Barnes. See, it might have been a typo. I'm not entirely sure. But I guess the Raptors are going after Ivy too.
Bro, we were just talking about how Quickly in a lead role is something that we want to see, because there's so much potential here. Like, who knows if it's a Maxi jump? Who knows if it's a Brunson jump? And then you add another guard starving for minutes and touches into the equation, sort of overlapping
Yeah.
I
It wouldn't. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. It's not.
No,
Yeah.
he's going to Chicago.
Stop
Come
this.
on.
I'm telling you.
Stop this,
We,
bro.
we've already talked
They
about
got
it.
Kobe White. What the heck do they need Jaden Ivey for?
They need Jaden Ivey, bro. Trust me.
to do what?
Why?
Jaden Ivey's gonna be
Oh.
good. He's gonna be good. Jaden Ivey's gonna be good.
Oh, so you like Jaden Ivey?
I like Jaden Ivey.
Why do you like Jaden Ivey?
He's athletic.
Because he
He's
went to
nice.
Purdue.
Who else is athletic?
James Wiseman is athletic.
You know who's athletic? RJ Barrett's really athletic.
I just think he needs. I just want to see minutes so I can actually, judge him properly.
Who?
'Cause-
Jaden Ivey?
Yeah,
Ay, ay, ay.
I don't know. I'm
Ay, ay, ay.
not convinced he's bad yet.
Okay. Unlike RJ, huh?
I didn't say RJ was bad. Stop putting words to my
You're
mouth.
implying it.
I'm saying he hasn't been good.
Biggest hater I know. All right.
RJ, man, welcome home.
Anything else we want to say?
Welcome home. I can't wait to see RJ Barrett
Yeah,
around.
right. I'm gonna get you a jersey, man.
Yes, say less. I'll rock that. I'll wear it to square one. Trust me.
Yo, the RJ
I'll
jersey.
proudly wear it, bro.
Wilt numbers at square one.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy.
Foot Locker, I will be there. Foot Locker square one. Best believe. I will be there.
Okay. Anything else we want to say before we log off here?
We're good.
We're
Yeah.
good. Oh, so apparently Nick Nurse was asked about the trade before their game today. He said, "I hope it makes both teams worse."
I like it.
W.
I miss him.
Valid. That's valid.
W comment, honestly.
I miss him. All right. That's all we got. We're good. We're good.
Yeah.
All right. That was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of arguing.
Real quick episode, yo.
RJ Barrett, man.
RJ Barrett, man. No respect. No respect.
Come on.
Yo, look at his numbers. Look at his numbers right now.
Saga City, baby.
Look at his
Look at him.
numbers when he's wearing a red jersey.
I know
Yeah,
that's right.
That's what I'm hoping will be different.
It will be. I'm manifesting it. We're good.
Yes.
All right. Boys,
It's been
it's been cool. 1 second. I have to go through the whole thing. That's the end of this episode. What a time, huh? For our YouTube watchers.
Is your year ender, huh?
Huh?
Year ender.
Oh my god, yeah.
this is the year ender.
Oh, I'm happy we recorded, yo. We were in the middle of a break, an unplanned
Yeah.
hiatus.
Just a
We
random.
told none of our audience about.
Whose fault is that? That's
You.
crazy.
It's your fault, man. That is
No,
your
that's what I'm
fault,
saying.
brother.
Whose fault is it, bro?
That is yours. Diego
Tell me,
San Agustin.
Whose fault is it right now?
If you have any problems, like DM this guy down there. What? If you're mad about us taking a break for 2 weeks, that's
I'm
the
sorry.
guy you talk to.
I owe all two of our listeners. an
Hey,
apology.
hey. Hey. Don't do Palermo like that.
Shout out to Palermo.
Apologize to Palermo.
I'm sorry, AP. I'm
Shout out,
sorry.
man.
It's my fault, yo.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks to our YouTube listeners. Everyone wave goodbye. I think we just did that. But yeah,
Good.
if you're on YouTube, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, share, all that fun stuff. If you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, make sure to rate, review, share it with your friends, post it on your Instagram story, tweet about it, share it on TikTok, post it on Reddit, all of it. Just for us. Make sure to check us out on all of our socials. You can see all of our separate Twitter handles in the corners of our screens. Make sure to follow the Kickout Media on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Still no Facebook. That's fine. Still no Reels either. Don't know what's happening. But yeah. Signing off for the most wonderful, talented, versatile, and positionless minds in the NBA media landscape today. That's Aaron Matthew, Diego San Agustin, and Michael Anthony Cruz. I'm Kai Gamage, and boys, It's been a slice.